Hey, Curvies, thanks for coming through. Make sure you smash the like button, smash the subscribe button on your way in. Go ahead, ring the bell so you can get notified when we upload videos. So, Curvies, I'm going to give you guys a minute to come on in here. Let's see if I can get this queued up. Come on in. Uh-oh, my dishwasher just started. Let me stop that. You okay, Mama? There we go. Hey, so come on in. Make sure you're smashing buttons on the way in. Go ahead, ring the bell if you haven't already so you can get notified when we go live around here. Now, I haven't been reviewing Love and Marriage Huntsville, but after watching it last night, y'all, I was like, let me go ahead and add my two thoughts. Go ahead and add my two thoughts on the situation for this. Hey, my argument is, hi, how are you this morning? I am here to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. And now, this whole season, I've only done it a couple of times because off season they were so toxic. And then after everything happened with Kiki Jabbar, rest in peace, I was like, ugh, I don't want to do that show anymore. But I did have the opportunity to interview Kiki Jabbar and Miss Van from Love and Marriage Huntsville prior. And so I liked the show and everything. Um, but I just hadn't been participating because of the toxicity. Uh, and I didn't even watch the whole entire season this time. I kind of picked up, well, they just came back from hiatus after the Olympics. They had been off air for like 3 weeks. And so I was looking forward to this trip after seeing the mid-season trailer where Martell says that Letitia used to smash his homeboy and all of this stuff. I was like, ooh, and then I saw they were having a girls trip that Melody was doing. And I was like, oh, let me start watching. So, oh, right on from the UK, right on. Look, it's 3 p.m. there, and I've been up since 3 a.m. here. I'm in California. California. So, yeah, I've been up since like 3 a.m. My whole sleeping is off. Thank God. I like even like breaking up my routines even for sleeping. I'm like, sometimes don't you just feel like it's Groundhog Day and what can I do different? I was like, oh, get up when my body says get up. And it happened to say get up at 3 o'clock this morning. Let's get to the show though. So, Love and Marriage Huntsville is really bringing us some things this season. I personally like Melody Cherie Rogers. I personally I don't have a Melometer shirt. I am not a Melometer. I am always team LRGA Curves. However, I do appreciate Melody's bounce back, her entrepreneurial, her faith, her the way she puts other women on, even her haters, she'll put on and allow them to try to come up even after they've shown her who they are. She'll like go ahead and bring them up. And so, yeah, I've been liking this season, what I saw of it so far. And I love that Melody showed up this season ready to participate. Um, remember that season, Melody was not wanting to be there and it showed, and everybody was like, well, she needs to just get off the show then. I don't subscribe to that in this case, that Melody needs to get off of her show. I think that if the Scots aren't happy with Melody, then they need to get off of her show. Not Melanie needs to get off of her show to make it okay for the Scots. Of all people, really, the Scots? Leave it for the Scots to take over and what? Run into the ground so they can change the name of the company and then change it to another something after it gets sued 5 times? Whatever. So, yeah. It'll be called it. She'll leave him the show called Love and Marriage Huntsville, and Tisha will come back and call it Love and Marriage Huntsville's, and pretend like she thought of everything. Did you notice Tisha does that all the time to Melody? I noticed. I noticed it a lot. That Tisha seems to whatever Melody's gonna do, Tisha will do, and then act like she was the first person that did it. And oh, isn't hers better? But she doesn't ever give Melody props while she's doing it. She just like sits and watches, and then she'll go do it too. While her husband talks shit about everything that Melody does, Tisha's busy doing everything Melody does. It's just weird. Hi, Camille Jones. The laser eye graphic, right? Like I was like, these two ladies came in on something. I'm like, did they serve something on the plane? Is this a form of jet lag to get off the plane and start complaining in a beautiful tropical destination that you didn't even have to pay for it? So I don't know why they're so stressed. Did they have to pay out of their pocket to get to Melody Cherie's vacation for the girls? I don't think they had to pay out of pocket. So why did they get off the plane looking so sour faced and complaining? And that's where I want to start, is just the audacity of these ladies, these heifers getting off the freaking plane. Oh, that's why I don't do girls' trips. Oh, we got to get our own luggage. Oh, this is an airport. Oh, look at the things go around the carousel. And oh, we have to push these luggages on the wheel. And oh, I was just like, bitch, are you on your flow? Are you on your period? Are you on your period, Scott sisters? Because you hang around a girl and you'll both end up on your period at the same time. So I don't know if those two are having their period together or having premenopause together, but their attitudes sucked from the moment that they came on the screen this episode. Their attitudes sucked. Tell me in the chat, would you have gotten off the plane and just started complaining and stayed complaining? I'm humble and I'm grateful, but I talk trash too. But I'm not like just a full-on complainer for no damn reason. My argument is so if Sunny was on the same flight, where was she sitting? That's what I'm saying. That they didn't even know she was there. They didn't even know she was there. I almost felt like she must have taken another plane, because we didn't even have any footage of her in the back of the same plane or anything. It was just like she popped up and happened to still be in the same area, but she went to the same carousel to get her luggage. And if she was on the same plane, then why did they act like they didn't see her until then? Because I doubt that nobody saw her. Nobody had to use the bathroom on the whole plane all the way to the tropical destination, and nobody passed by Sunny's seat and told another person in their group that, oh my God, I saw Sunny back there. Really? And then how they treat, so they went from complaining as soon as they get off the plane, the laser eye sisters, they got off the plane complaining about everything they could complain about. And then here comes Sunny, and they give her the cold shoulder. Well, Tisha does specifically. Of course, Kimmy is so fake. Kimmy is so fickety fake. Fake, fickety fake, flip-flop, fakety faker. Talked a gang. She like in the same conversation where she's like, I like Sunny, but. So then Melody goes and tells Sunny, oh, they like you, but. And now when Sunny walks up, Kimmy is the first one to give her a fake ass hug and then get in the confessional talking about, oh, this is going to be a bad trip. I thought this was going to be a fun trip, because you guys thought you were going to be able to torture Melody by yourself without anybody else getting tortured. But obviously, if Sunny's there, then the person that you brought to torture Melody, which is Destiny is going to end up tortured, not Melody. Okay? But they were laser focused on our girl Melody. It was so weird. So then Sunny gets off the plane, and she seemed a little discombobulated too. I'm like, maybe it was a red eye, because all the ladies kind of seemed discombobulated. The only one really running around was Trish, but that's probably because she ate all her steroids. I mean, took all her vitamins that morning. And so if she took all her vitamins, before she got on the plane, and she was used to getting up at the crack of dawn to go work out, then maybe that's why she was walking around with one piece of luggage in each hand without complaining. But they were like complaining about everything. So then they get to the beautiful house. And I was glad that Melody had gone around with Sharnita and Lauren. I'm glad to see Lauren on the screen. Hook Lauren up. Lauren has been her ride or die behind the scenes for a long time. And it's nice to see her come up onto the screen time. And her friend Sharnita. Now, I know that she had a show called Sharnita's World, but this isn't the same Sharnita, you guys. This is a whole different one. But I'm here for Melody having her own little posse, because if you even look at this picture above, Melody is standing with Sharnita and Lauren, and then there's a little space, and then there's the Laser sisters, Trisha and Stormy and Nell on the other side. And it's almost like that's exactly how the house is divided too. They all got off the plane together and came with the same funky ass attitude, but said they were there to have fun. But did you notice they have a funky ass attitude? So I guess, if we're living in a world where there's a duopoly for the government, we could definitely have duplicity in relationships. A husband. So, yeah, the Laser sisters. Yeah, right? I mean, they were laser focused on hating Mel. Laser focused. And then, did you notice how it's like, how is it that Tisha is so into the shits with Melody, inviting Destiny, saying the things that her, sitting in her confessionals, talking trash about Melody, feeling free to talk stuff, and then acting like she's always kidding. But you expect a great room after all the things that you did to Melody for Tisha to think that she deserves or expected a room better than the one she got is so on top of it for Tisha. I mean, that's her MO. She will throw a rock and hide her hands and then cry when you find the rocks in her hands behind her back, like it's not her fault. Those aren't her hands. Whatever, Tisha. You got the room you deserved. Just like most people have the day they deserve, Tisha got the room she deserved. But anyway, Melody went around with her entourage and gave everybody their rooms, and they all got separate rooms because they're nice single ladies. And I liked her thinking, look, you're Laser sisters, and you brought an additional laser. You three can share the peekaboo suite. And then that was a good idea. Give Trisha and Stormy their own room, because Stormy asked Trisha and Martell to get naked at her Galentine party. So, of course, they already are in cahoots together. Give them a room. So she's just basically keeping the people who are in cahoots together. Why are you mad? Who are you to say where Melody should put people on her trip? Have an awesome trip to the tropical islands, and then you decide where the people go, which I'm sure now that you got the room you deserved, Scott's Laser sisters, next time you guys going to try to go someplace and make sure it has an outhouse to make Melody get the outhouse room, you know? But I don't know. Put it in the chat. Do you think that the Laser sisters got the room they deserved, or did they have a point that they should have each got a separate room and other people have to double up because they're so special with lasers in their eyes? Kimmy's more upset about having to share with Tisha, I'm sure. That's probably really what it is that Kimmy told us how she really felt about Tisha that one year. Remember, she had told us that one year at the reunion that she wouldn't even hang out with Tisha if it wasn't for them being in-laws, pretty much. And then after she said that at the reunion, the next season she came back, and I guess she had went to what's that school? Programmed. She had went to programming school, and they reprogrammed her to be pro Scots. And you can't say nothing bad about the Scots because you're part of the Scott family. We're part of the Scott family. And so you can't say anything bad about the Scotts. They might have sat her down off season and put toothpicks in her eyes and made her watch reels of Letitia laughing so that she could think that her and Letitia were having a great time. And she came back off that season and she was like, oh, praise Letitia. Letitia can do no wrong. That's my sister-in-law. I kind of used to like it better when Kimmy seemed like she had a mind of her own and would, in a way, speak truth to the other Scots and tell them when they were right or wrong. And now they're just all on the same bullshit to me. Mike Jones is in the house. Right on, Mike Jones. I say it like that every time. Um, Mel told Tisha that if she bring her plus one, they're gonna share a room, right? That's what Tisha gets for being messy. That's what I'm saying. How am I responsible to give your plus one their own room? Even if you did text me finally and tell me that your plus one is Destiny, for one, I would need to see the red at the bottom of the text because I literally just got into it with a friend of mine where we had a back and forth. And then I was like, it's confusing on text. Let me call. And then we talked and it kind of went south even further. So then I texted the person back, oh, my apologies. And the person said they never saw the my apologies text. And when I went back to look on my text thread, sure enough, it never said read under that particular text. You know what I mean? So Tisha keeps saying, oh, Melody knew Destiny was coming. She gonna have to be truthful. Destiny knew. She knew that she was gonna come. She needs to be truthful. You texting something and me knowing it are two different things. You know what I mean? Yes, might have access to the information if I feel like looking at a text from you. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I read the text from you. I just know that you're bringing one person and you guys are going to be down here. That's what I know. That's what I know for sure. And Kimmy jumped up in Nell's face, who also, she was complaining about getting her bags at the place too. And then when Sunny walked up, Kimmy was the only one that really acknowledged her and gave her a hug. Stormy was standoffish. Tisha was standoffish. Latricia was standoffish. And of course, who else was there? Nell. They were all standoffish with Sunny. And so when Sunny went ahead and said hi, that was so awkward. I was like, now I'm not for, look, I'm like, there's a bajillion men in the world. I don't see a reason for people that we both know to pick up sloppy seconds of people we both know. There's a bajillion people in the world. Why you're walking around my trash bin, I will never know, darling. There's talk about recycling, okay? Look, there are so many other trash cans on this fucking block. Why are you in my man trash can, rummaging through my old men, looking for your next recycled come up? You didn't have any other options, Sonny, and he's fresh out of jail, Sonny, and you started doing freaking in vitro with him immediately. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. I'm not sure if she was that desperate or if they hit it off that much or what, but this is kind of turning into love after lockup, if you ask me. It's really messy. But I am with Melody, and somebody else said, Sharnita, why aren't the people mad at Moses instead of mad at Sunny? Moses was in the relationship with Destiny, not Sunny. And even if Sunny was her friend and stuff, that's what I'm saying. Don't come over here to my trash can if you was supposedly my friend. But for Sunny to say, oh, that was never my friend, I'm like, ooh, you're giving producers all the way around the world a bad name, girl, because they're supposed to be able to trust you like they're your friend. Trust is built off of truth and honesty. And if you're telling me that all of these friend like actions and behaviors were only a job and you didn't really have any interest invested in me, I would have a problem with feeling like I was used, like I was stupid, like I was gotten over in a way, like why didn't I sense this sooner? But all of it together, I'm still with Melody also. They weren't even married. Melody was right. Destiny and Moses weren't even married, you guys. So why is everybody so mad? They were literally dating. It wasn't even like they were engaged. They don't have any kids together. They weren't paying no bills together. I'm not sure why everybody's so mad at Sunny, except for it being the producer part, because they all have a producer. So I think they all might be a little scared of how much leeway they've given their producers to interact with their man. Dr. Heavenly already told us, though, she don't let those bitches call her husband. Nope. You call anything production needs a Dr. Damon, they're calling Heavenly for. You're not talking to him. What you need to talk to him for? The show's about me. You know what I'm saying? What are you even talking to him for? So if you keep your stuff tight, you don't have to worry what went wrong and what went right. Don't start and there won't be none. My argument said if you invited a +1, you can't have an issue with sharing the room. Mel just put Kimmy where she belongs, right? Right where she belongs, right where she loves. She loves the Scott so much. Be in the Scott room. You love the Scotts. They could do no wrong. Everything is my fault. Martell is a great guy. I was the wrong one. My mom had something to do with the Scott. Everything you guys want to bring up. Kimmy is a big op. I love when Sharnita used that word because that's one of my favorite words to use is an op. You know what an op is? That's when somebody is pretending to like you, but they're really there to cause you harm. That's an op, you know? And Sharnita was right. There was a lot of ops at that table. They will all come drink your food and drink your food and smoke your wine. Mm-hmm. They will all come drink your food and smoke your wine and fly on your plane. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they were all sharpening knives. Mm-hmm. But the plastic ones, so they would get through the metal detectors. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. California cutie, what you say? What you say? Good morning. What's good? California cutie has a channel in these YouTube streets, you guys. I don't have a mod in here this morning, but be sure and go through and smash her buttons over there. California cutie. It's my California sister. Tisha was stone cold fool last night, wasn't she? I was like, that's what I was saying at the beginning, California. I was like, was something on the plane? Is that like a weird part of jet lag is being a full-on bitch when you get off the plane? Were they hangry? Are they PMSing together? Because also, you know how when you hang around a girl a lot, then you guys will end up on the same flow schedule. I was like, was everybody on their period? Because they got off the plane complaining. You literally had to take the luggage to the airport, bitch. You knew you were going to have to take your luggage off the plane, right? And get it to the hotel. So why they were complaining about the act that was known to them, and that's totally normal. It was just they felt like complaining, and I'm just not with it. Because that sets the tone for the trip to me. It's like, did you really come to have fun, or did you come to complain and to be jealous that Melody has such great taste and you guys always stay in freaking tiny homes, unincorporated land at the outskirts of the woods? I mean, what's your real problem? That she has class, that she has style, that she has taste, that she had the thought to have a girls trip so nice in the first place, that you guys don't ever do girl trips because you're not a girl's girl? Is that why you guys don't like girls trips and don't ever do them? I mean, it's apparent with your actions that you're not really girls. No, it's apparent. California cutie says her braids was too tight, right? Maybe that's what it was. I wouldn't have complained. Just plan a trip and do her the same way to get her back. That's all. Yeah. Give her the smallest room. But I mean, the only reason they got that room is because they're so tight and you brought a +1. So you're telling, so the Scott sisters' logic is that I'm going to bring a guest, but I'm not going to stay with the guest. The other people that are in the house are going to have to entertain my guest. Well, and why did Letitia even want to bring a plus one except for that she's a messy Bia? She is a messy Bia with intention who loves to throw boulders and then hide her hands. And then if you say, oh, you just threw a boulder, then she starts crying. I can't with Tisha. I cannot. I cannot. I can't. And right now, she's trying to figure out a way to have a girls' trip to the same location and try to do Melody the same way. Because everything Melody does, she tries to do. Did you guys notice that too? That would be, yep, you wouldn't hear any complaints. I would be, ooh, sunshine, different air. Give me that drink cocktail. Even if I was upset about the room, you wouldn't know, because if you were just staying in a regular hotel room, it wouldn't have been much bigger than the room you got. It's just ridiculous. And if you were being nicer, then maybe somebody else would have swapped with you or something. But the way they complain and, oh, I'm leaving. Leave, bitch. Leave. You're going to have to take your bags again, though. Don't forget your bags. Don't forget your bags, Tisha. Leave. And then for Trisha to run over there and be all on their team. I'm like, oh, okay, I see you too. I see you too. Okay, I see you too. How are you so tight with the Scott sisters? How is she so tight with them? That's interesting. Because she knows that she tried to smash Martell while she was with Melody. So she doesn't really like Melody's ass either. She was sitting at a table full of ops. And that villa was so beautiful. For Nell to show her ass the way that Nell showed her ass was problematic. I'm like, come on, Geritol. Come on, Geritol. I know that when old people get tired, they can get a little ornery. Her sugar must have been low. Mel, there's no room for me. How could you do this for me, Mel? Now, Miss Nell, you know that I got you in the room with no name. That's your room. Not a thank you, not nothing. Oh, not a wipe of the sweat that, oh, at least I get a single room. None of that. What did Nell say? Oh, I still want them to make me a name tag. Really, Geritol? Geritol. A name tag is what you're complaining about after you complained about your bags getting off the plane too? Really, Geritol? Really? And you're ready to go home, Geritol? Because you didn't have a name card, Geritol? Really? You know who else didn't have a name card was the guest that Tisha brought. And she's not complaining yet. I'm like, that was a lot. Look, California Cutie says, didn't one single give up the room for? Yes. Sharnita was like, look, I just want us to have fun. If you want this room, you can have this room, whatever. Let's get to the fun. Because she could tell that was all oppish behavior, you guys. Complaining from the music, from the moment you got in the place. That means that you're not here to have a good time with us as girlfriends. You're here to pick things apart and to whine and bitch and moan. You're already off to the start that you want to have. Therefore, I can see your op behavior. So I'm going to just play you and show you you're an op by being a bigger person and telling you, Geritol, that you can have my room. Let's just stop this and go have fun. But that wasn't even good enough for Nell. Nell acted like she was sitting in the kitchen at her house with her grown-ass kids asking her for another $5. She was hot, y'all. She could not be calm. Room. Okay, but I don't have a name tag. It was a mistake. But I want this room over here. I actually think that was about Nell just wanted to walk past those men some more. Because she had already made a comment about the men. And then she kept walking past the kitchen because that's where those men were. Being all loud, performing for those men. Because you know how side chicks like to do. They like all the attention from men. They like it a lot. Walking back and forth by the kitchen, making a big hoopla. So Sharnita came over and said, "Oh, you can have my room." She was still making a hoopla because she still wanted some more attention. I wonder if she's a Sagittarius, actually, because she needed a lot of attention, you guys. Nell was 100% exactly California cutie. A dang nam tag, and you that mad? Right? I don't know. Is she drinking brown liquor? Was she drinking white liquor? Is that how she gets off of champagne bubbles? Not a good look. And I feel like Melody handled it very tastefully and very classy, because Melody could have just been like the same energy she has with Destiny. Fuck Destiny. She could have told Nell, fuck Nell. Look, I'm not here for your shit. Go put your bag in your room. How about that, Nell? Now, you know, in Texas, I hooked you up, Melody. Yeah, you did, because you wanted me there so that you could have Martell there so that you guys could try to torture me some more. After I told you don't bring that fool around me, here you come talking about, oh, just try to put you guys near each other. Remember they were doing that shit to her in Texas when Kiki showed up on the trip? So we're not even to the best part yet, where now Kimmy was outside telling Melody the room was entirely too small. Now, Melody, you know that room is too small. Actually, it looks like a pretty big room to me, Kimmy, and that's why I gave it to you, because they had 3 beds in there, actually. And you guys do everything together already. Anyway, wear each other for ass helmets and everything. Anyway. So I just thought you'd want your ass helmet accessible, so I put you 3 in the same room. That's what she did. Melody is a proactive entrepreneur, hustler. She's one of those people that has solutions on the ready for a problem. She doesn't panic. She pivots. You know what I'm saying? Three people, let's put them here. 2 people, let's put them here. You get a separate room because nobody wants to deal with you, Sonny. And it's your first girls trip, and it's all our first girls trips, and I don't want to chance them doing to you what they've done to me in the past, so I'm gonna give you your own room. Nell, you're the oldest, and that was nice light shade. Nell, you know you're the oldest. So why you're all upset that now the men in the kitchen know that you're the oldest? You see what I'm saying? So Tisha and Kimmy were outside talking to Melody when Nell gets up and goes out there. And I thought she had a great point. In Texas, you guys didn't appreciate that the person was there. We had to suck it up. You have to suck it up right now. That's valid. Suck it up. Big girl panty time. BGPT. Big girl panty time. BGPT. Are you really going to complain? On and let's go have this fun. Okay? No, they felt like complaining. So, and then did you guys see Kimmy Nuck when she bucks? Oh my gosh. Nell said, you guys are going to have to suck it up, after they just said they had to suck it up. But having Nell confirm that sucking it up was the thing to do, Kimmy, activated laser self, decided to take one step towards Nell with her hand. That's coming into somebody's personal space. Like, so she wanted a confrontation, because you could have stayed over there, Kimmy. Kimmy, you could have stayed over there. Why did you get up in Geritol's face like that? Why are you on Geritol's ass like that? And then try to act like you weren't being how you were being. All your actions were very aggressive. That was angry Black woman. That was aggression. That was aggressive behavior. Why did you step up on that old lady like that, when all she was literally trying to do was diffuse the situation? She was trying to diffuse your lasers and you got all upset about it, took a step towards her. She even backed up to the point where Melody was like, Melody tried not to move, but Melody at one point was like, put her hand on Kimmy's hand because Kimmy had her hand in Melody's area too, trying to chastise Nell. That was aggressive behavior. I'm not giving Kimmy any passes on that. And you know how I feel about harmful stereotypes for Black women particularly. But that's not a stereotype if it's a fact. That was aggressive behavior and it wasn't necessary, Kimmy. For some reason, I'm like, I don't know what you're going through. But that was not what Nell needed. And then Nell and her didn't really fix things. And I think somebody wanted to fight something, but they finally all end up back in the house. And then they're sitting down at dinner. And Melody's at the head of the table. Sharnita and Lauren are by her. And then you go down, and then there was Letitia and Kimmy and Stormy, and all the people are there. All the players were there except for Destiny, who some people call Destiny. I'm not sure why. But everybody was there. And Sharnita was asking some very awesome questions, especially but all these questions only came after Letitia, who got off the plane complaining, got to the house and complained some more, threatened to leave and take her bag somewhere, was sitting down drinking now, eating Melody's food some more because she loves eating Melody's food, sitting at Melody's tables. And then she's like, yeah, Melody said that she was bringing her single friends. Why does she have to say single? Bitch. So now you're the word police too. You know why she had to say single, Tisha? Because we live in America, and you get the freedom of speech, bitch. That's why. That's why she got to say single. She could say whatever she wants. Now, why you responded and reacted to it, you might want to talk to a psychiatrist about why you're triggered at the word single friends. Why are you triggered, Kimmy? Why are you triggered, Letitia? What's going on? What's going on? Let's see what these comments are saying. For Nell to be the eldest, she don't wear it well. Right. But she does look great to be the eldest. She looked better than Tisha and Kimmy and Stormy and Trisha combined. Nell is carrying her age in her break-proof black as dozen crack cover. That's good genes, y'all. That's that melanin popping. She don't have wrinkle the one. Nope. You might be the oldest, but you pop off like you're mid-range. Kimmy was wrong for that. And why didn't Destiny ride with Tisha on the plane? That's a good question. Yes, get her curves. I'm telling you. What are you doing, Tisha? What are you really doing? Everything she does is to F with Melody, and then she judges her so bad. Are you mad that she said single friends because you don't have any single friends to invite anywhere, so you can't copy that? Because you know Tisha's just trying to copy everything Melody does. So she needs to go get some single friends so she can have something to say about her single friends too. What? I don't know. But I loved how Sharnita was ready. She was like, so can you be around somebody you don't like? And she's like, yeah, I'm grown. I can be around people I don't like. And Sharnita turned right to Melody and said, you need to watch her. Ooh, to her face. To her face. Not behind a closed door later. To her face at the table between bites. You need to watch out for her. Oh, ooh, I like that kind of girl. Ooh, because they've been coming for Melody. All high key shade, low key shade, coming for her ankles all the time, acting like Melody's tripping when she finally says something or brings it up. So now she has an entourage who's not about to let it go down like that. That's the thing about single friends. They don't have a man to lose. So they're just like balls to the wall. They're like, okay, You're going to say that to my friend. How about I say that for you? And you saw how triggered that got Tisha, because she thought that Melody wasn't going to have anybody. She thought that Melody was going to be on the island. They always try to put Melody on. And then they mad because she's on her island by herself. Did you notice that? They'll put her on an island, or at least make it so she wants to go to an island by herself, because where she is it's like land sharks. So she's like, forget about the land sharks. Let me go to an island by myself where at least I'll be safe and peaceful. And then she gets to the island. They're like, oh, she doesn't want to interact with us. Oh, well, she has it's just always something. So the Scott Laser sisters thought that they were going to bring Melody problems to this trip in the form of destiny. They were first thwarted by the arrival of Sunny, which means that their weapon that they formed against Melody will not prosper properly, because Melody has her own weapon formed against their weapon. Church is in session, y'all. Church is in session. So the weapon they formed against Melody had a weapon formed against it, and it totally counteracted the weapon and diffused their weapon to the point where when Kimmy got on the Sprinter van, she's like, yep, this isn't going to go well. What's not going to go well? Your plan to harm Melody some more on her trip? Your plan to freaking mess with Melody's peace? Oh, I see you, Kimmy. And then Sharnita finished the dinner up by saying there's a lot of ops at this table. There's a lot of ops at this table, because they had just finished up the conversation with Laser Eyes in the corner, Tisha, talking about why would you have brought Destiny on this trip, knowing that she has problem with Melody. And then you see Tisha try to act all demure and ladylike and classy and say, oh, well, it's because we're in the same circle and because no, bitch, it's because you were being messy, which is the opposite of demure. So just wipe that little coy thing off your face and get the little baby out of your voice, because you just did some grown bitch shit and you're about to get handled appropriately, you op. You're a full-on op. And I was so proud when she called her that to her face. But Lauren didn't say a lot. Lauren didn't say a lot this whole episode. And I would love to see what Lauren has to say. But that's pretty much what happened in this episode, you guys. There was ops all around. It's that side versus Melody and her entourage. Destiny's on the way. Sunny is trying to fit in. And, oh yeah, can somebody tell me why is Latrice mad at Sunny? I'm like, she's like, because she was a producer and she worked with her and and they were friends. Didn't you just get on the show? Do you know what producers do? Didn't you just meet your producer, who you guys lied to, obviously, because nobody knew you had in the DMs of Martell until they found out on the show. And when they asked you, who did you know on the show? You never said Martell until right now. So whoever's producing you also, they're crazy. But give it up to Melody. She was constantly having to put out fires, constantly having to be hostess with the mostest, dealing with Geritol and the Laser sisters. I was like, that's a lot for the first day. And it looks like they're going to continue the fun in the sun, even though Melody is going to be there with Destiny, who she ended the thing saying, you fuck Destiny. She said it straight out. Fuck Destiny. Everybody's face was like, oh, snap. Oh, snap. Look, if I was Destiny, I wouldn't have let Tisha use me like that. Not even for a free trip. I wouldn't have let nobody get me all the way across the country, across the world. So to put me in that position on TV for a check for a free trip. I don't know. I only go where I'm wanted. I don't spend time around people that I know their energy is daggers towards me in my back. I don't let them have access to me. Access is power. And when people feel like they still have access to you after they've mistreated you, it sets you and them up. It sets you up for continued mistreatment, and it sets them up thinking that you're okay getting treated that way because you keep going around it. So sometimes you just have to totally remove yourself from situations to remove their access to your energy, which gives you your power. So yeah, it's a big thing. Let's see. Yep, Tisha wanted Mel to be uncomfortable. That's why she invited Destiny, and it backfired. I love it. Brenda, thanks for coming through. Brenda Gilliard says, they don't consider Mel single. They liked her being alone, yep, on all those trips, so they could be entertained by Mel and Martell. Exactly. They don't care for her whole separate life with real friends. Exactly. They want her only around them so that they can try to make her miserable and then remind her that she's the only divorced one now and they're all still married. You see that? But now that Melody is healing and moving on with her life, they want her still categorized as their single friend and from the married group. And so it kind of ostracizes her in a way. Let's see. My argument is, says Tisha convicted herself with her own mouth. Notice how silent Kimmy stayed. Hello. California Cutie says the joke's on Tisha and Kimmy. You won't be able to get Mel out of character, right? Mel knows how to. Mel, look, and so for Mel to even say fuck Destiny the way she said it, she was breaking character a little bit, but at the same time, she was keeping it a buck by letting them know, look, you guys know for a fact I'm not even talking like this unless I really, 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 really mean it. Fuck Destiny. Yep. The California Cutie says it was a very good episode. Only 2 more episodes left. Mel said that with her whole chest 10 toes down. I don't think Trisha was going to say anything. Mel threw out there that she was pressed when she tried to back out. I think it was produced. Somebody had to. Yeah, that was. I liked how Melody did that because Trisha did have a lot of words in her mouth when Sonny wasn't in the room. But then they talk about everybody when nobody's around. So in the next episode, I think we're going to get Nell as her op character because she's not going to want to talk about Destiny without Destiny pregnant, without Destiny present. But she sure has talked about Sonny without Sonny present, Melody without Melody present, so I guess you pick and choose who you want to talk about. I don't think Trisha was going to say anything. Yeah. And I was glad that she did because say it to the person's face. Don't say it when the person's not around. Say it to their face with your whole chest and barbell. Trisha, explain to her how you as a noob in the group who just met your producer is mad at her when you're still married to a whole husband, living with a boyfriend, and we're in Martell's DMs, but you're mad at Sonny? Really, Trisha? Really? I think you're just mad. As in, Delulu, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And your hair looks like it, actually. I'm not sure who decided that was a good look for her. She's worn this weird wig a couple of times now where it looks a lot like a poodle. I'm not sure what she's going for. I'm not sure why she keeps pulling this particular wig out with her hair up in the back and just all that on top and these bangs. Like, I'm not sure. And then you're going to sit someplace and try to tell him something. Next season, if she gets to come back next season, I'm sure her hair will be fine. Everybody's hair is crazy the first Thursday. Isn't Trisha's hair giving Drew Sidora first season Real Housewives of Atlanta? Like, just bad. It's just bad. Just really, really bad. It's like, did you go to Phaedra's job at the mortuary and take that off of one of the people? It's bad. And nobody on the show is your friend enough to tell you that shit is bad yet. Okay. Yep. Yep. Mel need her husband to calm down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only thing that calms Nell down is men going walking back and forth over by the men. That was calming her down fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I can see how Chris Fletcher is the only one that can calm her down too, because she responds better to men than to women. And that's why she probably never been on a girls' trip before either. Bad first season hair is a real thing. That is so true, you guys. So I really liked the episode. I really enjoyed Melody hosting a trip the Melody Shari way. I really enjoyed Melody's entourage holding her down, her real live friends who really want her best, holding her down, speaking up for her, not letting those people attack her. Yeah, she got an entourage. She has a bodyguard, Tisha. Now what? So now you know you can't just go around attacking people all the time, and that people have real people in their life that'll protect them, that aren't their ex-husband, that'll sit there and let you talk shit about him the whole time. Yeah, how about that? She was caught very off guard with that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. But I liked it. I hope you guys liked it too. I enjoyed my review. Right on. You guys go through. I hope you have an excellent Sunday. Remember, there's enough to go around, so go get some. You have a talent to share, so share that talent. Do a check-in with yourself. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Make sure you're vibing high. Your frequency is resonating. And if you have any Tishas, Kimmys, or Nels in your life, run. If you have a Sonny in your life who's been eyeballing your man with their peripheral vision, run. Access is power, you guys. You don't have to hang out with people just because you're lonely, okay? You don't have to. If you have a Tisha in your life, you don't have to have a Tisha in your life. You can not participate, but don't put yourself around people who are going to treat you like that. On a trip you invited them to? Please. I told my son, I was like, ooh, I would have asked the cook to put freaking laxatives in their food. Come on, my shit with the shits. I got the shits for you. I'd be like, oh, give her the special plate. You'll be in the bathroom the whole trip. Come over here trying to mess with my piece. Get Montezuma's revenge. Something. Eating my food, trying to cause me problems. Mm-hmm. Ooh, and I can't wait till Destiny gets there. The nerve. Okay, you guys, I'm really getting off of here. I love you guys. Thanks for coming through. Thanks from you. And I'll see you in the next video. Smash the buttons.